The first of its kind ICICI Bank NRI of the Year Award. The Times Now and ICICI Bank honoured the NRIs for their contribution to society through various means. Let's have a look at the winners from the entrepreneur category who proved their mettle in their respective fields in different parts of the world.
Winner of the NRI Entrepreneur of the Year from the USA, a software consultant turned serial entrepreneur. Rupesh Srivastava has founded 6 companies, acquired 2, and is the current CEO and president of YoungSoft and H2H Solutions.
When the award was announced and a lot of people came to know about it, I was thrilled to see a line coming from Mitt Romney, who was the US presidential candidate, and he had a very proud thing to say about this award. I did my mechanical engineering from NIT Jamshedpur, and then I worked with Tata Steel for 4 years before moving to United States. And in the United States, I first started my job working in Chicago for a few years, and then after being there for 2 years, I started my first venture. It's called YoungSoft, and YoungSoft, it was started in 1996. But I chose a very auspicious day, 26 January, when it was in India. That's the day I started the company. And since then, YoungSoft has been there. But after that, few years of having YoungSoft, I started a company in India called ESSPL with some group of other people in Bhubaneswar in India. And a few years later, we started another company called Why Not Learn. And then I started a healthcare product company called Health to Health Solutions. After that, we started, I actually acquired a company in manufacturing, electronic contract manufacturing. And then I started another organization in India, in Varanasi, called Young Tech. So overall, there are 6 or 7 companies which I have been part in starting, since I started my journey.
So how did you come up about the idea of starting YoungSoft? What was the motivation behind it? What was the story behind it?
I think motivation was very simple. As far as I am concerned, there was a huge opportunity. In 90s, there was a big IT boom, and luckily I was belonging to that industry. And I just took that opportunity, and I think there was an entrepreneur inside of me. And I just couldn't resist and started our first company in 1996. So YoungSoft was a solutions company, a consulting and staffing company to start with. But then later, YoungSoft has also developed a few different products, and we also got into the project work. So as you probably know, in IT world, there was a lot of offshoring happening, especially the work from outside coming to India. So we leveraged our mother country and started the first offshore company in 1998 called ESSPL in Bhubaneswar. Basically a services company, but then I had a dream of developing our own product, and that's when healthcare was one of the industry in US which was actually far behind other industries, and that's when the H2H, which stands for Health to Health, was born, and actually we started developing a product under healthcare. Since then, H2H has become a company which is servicing to only healthcare industry with its products and services. I think entrepreneur in me came across another company which was into manufacturing, and being a mechanical engineer, I still had that in me, so I went and acquired that company. It's called Youngtronics. We renamed it Youngtronics as a group of Youngsoft, you know. And over the period, I have acquired 2 other companies. There's a company called Ritwik. Recently, we acquired 2 years back in Hyderabad, in India. And then I also started a company called Youngtech, which is actually a back-end office support for us in my own city called in Varanasi. And that has always been my dream. My dream is to create jobs in smaller cities, and we have been trying to do that, and we have been extremely successful. I'm really proud to see that our Varanasi office is doing very good. And given a choice, I would love to create more jobs and more job opportunities in smaller cities like Varanasi. So over the period, it has been Bhubaneswar, Varanasi, and other smaller cities, you know, where we are still trying to grow the company. Inc. magazine, which is one of the very prominent magazine, ranked us as one of the fastest growing company. In fact, that year in 2000, we were ranked as a 43rd fastest growing company in USA. And in fact, #1 in Michigan, where our company was. So that was a big achievement. In fact, after that, even H2H, my second company, was also ranked by Inc. magazine. And I myself individually was given an NRI Global Award in London. That was a proud moment for me, and I have also been honored by several other organizations at an individual level, you know, for different awards. So all that is a big, you know, satisfaction when you do something and you get those awards. So it's a great feeling. As a company, you know, we have certain goals. We would like to take Youngsoft to a public company. We also would like Youngsoft to be primarily a product company. In fact, in the industry, in software industry, a lot of Indian companies are operating, or people from Indian origin are running those companies. But there are very few companies who have products. You know, they are mostly in services. So my vision has been to develop Youngsoft into, at the end, you know, to a very good product company, and we are working towards that. We have a goal for next 3 years to develop a product. We already tried a couple of different products in healthcare, but that's a goal. So that's our vision, to take our company as a product company and also as a publicly traded company in India. If you guys know, probably Michigan is a big automotive hub. You know, that's where we are based out of. And automotives went through one of the worst phase of their, you know, life in 100 years. And we, being in that town, you know, we were part of it. You know, so we really were challenged in 2008. And that was the time, it was a big decision, you know, because everything slowed down so much, you know, in US and especially in Michigan, where we belong to. But I think thanks to all our team, all our people working, they worked so hard and you know, so honestly, that today we came out even very strong after that downturn in Michigan, and all of our companies are actually doing very good right now. And I'm really proud of being connected to my roots. I come from a small city, Varanasi, where people hardly have any opportunity when it comes to job. You know, I really wanted to you know, have something in that town, so that I am actually not only connected through the family, but also professionally I can do something for my city. And I'm really proud to have done that. In fact, that's big for me. If India truly has to develop globally, Indian development has to happen in the smaller cities. And I believe in that, and I'm working towards that. In fact, all of our effort has been to go to smaller cities and create jobs. The week I went to United States, when I moved out of India, in the first week I lost my father. And you can imagine what it can mean. I think it was family support, you know, because of which I could stay there and, you know, follow a few things. But over the years, in this whole journey, obviously without a support from your immediate family, your wives and other in your family, you couldn't achieve, you know, you couldn't be involved with so many other companies. And in the downturns and all, especially being an entrepreneur, you know, you go through lots of ups and downs. And what matters is, you know, during that time, what the kind of support you get, not only from family, also from other people, the friends and, you know, others, you know. I have won obviously a lot of awards in the past for the company and as an individual. But this one, after we came to know about the final selection, it was huge, and I really feel that Times has done a great job, of doing this. It's a great thing to be honored in your own country, being outside and trying to do whatever you are trying to do in whatever field you are in. So it's a great feeling when you focus and when you like something you want to do, have passion in doing that, and success will follow. So it's very, very important to be focused in whatever you are trying to do. I have seen people, whom going few different directions and all that, and that's where they lose they lose the sight of what they are trying to do. So be focused, follow your dream, and work hard with the passion, and you will definitely achieve your dream.
Winner for the first ever NRI Entrepreneur of the Year from the UK. Dr. Raminder Singh is at the helm of Sunmark, growing his business into a $250 million FMCG business, providing services to 110 countries across the world.
They say hidden talent is no talent. If you have a talent, you have to go out and broadcast and tell the world what services, what product you have, and what benefit you can bring on the table. This award belongs to the team. I'm only a front man, but there's behind every successful man, there are more successful people. So this is a success for the Sunmark team. When people acknowledge your success, you celebrate success, it not only motivates you, but it also inspires others, would-be entrepreneurs, that look, people respect success, and I think we should aim and strive to be the best amongst the rest. And this award will really be a shot in the arm for the staff, and for us to try again and again and try to win more awards.
Winner of the NRI Entrepreneur of the Year, Singapore. Founder and President of SP Jain School of Global Management. Nitesh Jain has not just opened campuses in Sydney, Singapore and Dubai, but also maintained a level of excellence in one of the best management institutes in Asia.
MBA education is really designed to prepare a student or a graduate for the business world. The business world in the 21st century is different than the business world that existed in the 20th century. And hence the business education that we impart to our students needs to be accordingly tailored. The business world in the 21st century requires somebody to be very global, requires somebody to be very creative, requires somebody to be digital, and also requires someone to have whole brain thinking as opposed to just left brain thinking. And our curriculum is designed to meet with the requirements of the 21st century company. SP Jain School of Global Management is a very unique sort of school. We have campuses in Dubai, Singapore and Sydney. And we require our students to rotate through all three of these campuses. And hence they get global exposure, which we believe is very important in today's global business world. SP Jain School of Global Management was ranked by the Financial Times UK to be in the top 100 business schools in the world. We were only 7 years old when we got this accolade. Also last year we were ranked by Forbes to be number 5 in all of Asia. And we were just 9 years old. And hence we are the youngest school to be in these rankings. And we believe that that really is a tribute to the unique global model that we have adopted for our school. We focused in business school about the tools and techniques of business, accounting, finance, marketing, and so on. But the 21st century person doesn't really need academics. He needs real world skills. And hence our students actually do a project in Dubai, in Singapore, in Sydney, and get exposed to the business practices. At least half the curriculum is taught outside the classroom by people from the city, where they learn the economy, they learn about the politics, they learn about the business practices, and they learn about people and culture of that place. And hence the sort of training that we give to our students is very different than what we used to do even a few years ago. You know, the challenges that we have faced actually are many. So students come with the mindset, you go to one campus. So we have to now really indicate, why should you be going to not one, not two, but 3 campuses? So it required some marketing and convincing students. Secondly, regulatory. Education is not like setting up a retail store. You require permission to offer a degree, and hence we need regulatory approvals in Australia, where our degrees come from, and also Singapore and Dubai. It's not easy to get a program like ours accredited. Today, SPGen alumni work for Apple in California. They work for McKinsey in Mumbai. They work for Boston Consulting Group in Singapore. They work for Pepsi in Mauritius. They work for Pricewaterhouse in Austria. They work for Accenture in Moscow, and so on and so forth. This is what we live for. And I think our students have done us proud. The world around us is changing at an even faster rate, and hence education needs to keep pace. And so some of the things that we are looking at internally is the use of technology in education. So far, education has been what we call man in front of the room model. A professor stands in front of the room and lectures you. But that's old-fashioned now. So you need to learn using technology, different techniques, students teaching other students, and so on and so forth. That's the vision of our school, to learn what the industry is doing, what they need, and then to adapt a program to meet with these new requirements. An award as rich as the Times of India NRI Awards is particularly thrilling. It's very satisfying, and we're very grateful to the jury for having selected us as a school to win this award. We think positive. We think that the world is rosy, and you need to therefore do things, take a bit of risk, and really fulfill your dreams. So we are hopeful that we may be ranked in the top 10 in the world. Now, who would think SPGen Global School from India would be ranked in the top 10 in the world? But I feel rather confident that even in the next 3 to 4 years, we may just about get that ranking.
Awarded the top 100 Indian leaders in the UAE, the leadership of Anand Kapoor has helped Midcom Group see a turnover of $1.2 billion, with operations throughout Africa and the Middle East. The dynamic entrepreneur is the winner of the NRI Entrepreneur of the Year UAE.
I always wanted to balance the group into 2 aspects. One is a very fast track trade part of it, and one is very balanced and a very slow growth. So the group had in combination a lot of strength in terms of dynamic environments, in terms of changing times, where we had seen a lot of global activities happening from 2008 to 2013. So I wanted to diversify the group into different sectors. In initial days when we were not as popular as today, the first challenge I used to find is to get the quality manpower, because all very capable and eminent people are working with very established organizations. So it will be very difficult to bring them on board, and which is a lot more easier today because Midcom has established itself in so many markets and so many fields. But that became a challenge. So I believe the growth would have been a lot better if I had those quality people a lot before than today. The group was changing from an entrepreneur approach at a very grassroots level to a process level. And my always effort is there that it does not become a very bureaucratic organization and lose its dynamism, what it has done in the last 10 years. Every day is an achievement. Every day successfully finishing a business venture is an achievement, I believe. Satisfying the employees is an achievement, people around, and in terms of accolades and Forbes for me happened very big. That was one of the biggest achievement of my life till now. Apart from that, I have got probably 50 trophies out of golf. So those are the attributes in the journey that we keep acquiring, and we keep enjoying every single day. For every Indian, and India is an heritage we all relish every single day. Fortunately, I'm staying in Dubai, where there is so much of India. Being an NRI of the year in entrepreneurs category is unbelievable for me, because we have many Indians, and in my friend circle also very worthy businessmen, and to be distinguished one of the best amongst them is a very good feeling. The first thing is to dream, and then is to aspire for your dream, and then work towards it fearlessly, and you will get there, and there would be no shortcut available. Nobody overnight will help you. Hard work will take you where exactly you want to go.